Aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign. Motion carried. I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Make that motion.
Motion by Mr. Harrington, second by Mr. Walker, to approve the consent agenda. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Motion carried. Under new business, Mr. Beecham.
The first two items under new business, A and B, will be presented by our federal programs director, Ms. Stacy Valley, and I do not think these need approval, just need to be. The first one needs approval.
Yes, it is, the TDOE has kind of changed their policy, and you all have approved this in the past. It's just saying that we are in compliance with our Tennessee Code annotated and regulations. And first, now you have to vote on it and approve it.
I'll make a motion to approve this.
Motion Mr. Lewis, second by Mr. Crownover, to approve the 2023 LE Agency Compliance Report. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Motion carried.
And then the other is a new special ed pre-K grant that we created. Ms. Barker wrote that, and that is going towards parapro positions. And that should be a reoccurring grant.
You just make the
That
board
just
aware of that.
making the board aware of it.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ms. Valley.
Thank you very much.
We're gonna have the first reading of 3 policies here, but our principals that expressed interest, they need this done pretty quickly, so I'm gonna make a motion tonight that we set aside our normal process of 2 readings, and we have 1 reading for these 3 board policies. That is a motion. Got a motion by Mr. Gordon, second by Mr. McDaniel, to set aside our normal policy of 2 readings to approve board policies. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Motion carried.
I'll make a motion to approve these policies.
Motion by, second by Mr. Camper to approve the 3 board policies. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Motion carried.
We're ready for item D?
D.
Okay, thank you. Our finance director is with us tonight to help explain the technical language on this, but on the advice of finance and CTAS has determined that we needed to go ahead and move monies from reserve, Fund 141, capital outlay, to complete the stadium projects at LHS and Scotts Hill High School that are underway. Ms. Megan, do you have context or want to add to that?
So I'm trying to correct what we've done and get us back on track where we need to go. So this is adding additional money into those line items so we can continue forward with the contracts that are in place, everything. So everything's above board. We want to make sure that it's correct. And this was the advice from CPAS as well. So I just want to get everything fixed. The money's there. And then if the money is not completely used by the end of this fiscal year, we will put it in next year's budget as well.
Thank you. So it's in reserves. We'll move it from reserves. We're sending this to the county commission to be approved. The other part of that is moving $350,000 from reserves for maintenance capital outlays. So that is what this budget amendment is, Tommy. Guys,
I move that we approve this.
I'll second it.
Motion by Mr. Camper, second by Mr. Lewis. 1.
Yes.
2. Yes. 3.
Yes.
4. Yes. 5.
Yes.
6.
Yes.
7.
Yes.
Motion carried. And E, we need to-
added to item E, which is also want to ask Megan to weigh in on this. This is a contract lease agreement, and because it exceeds 1 year in length, Megan, we're obligated to get commission approval. Is that correct?
Yes, so any contract that is over 1 year in length, we have to have county attorney review it, and it has to be approved by the county commission as well. So this just needs your approval to go before the commission.
What's the total amount for the entire contract?
It's like
So it is, a monthly total of $74.86 for 60 months.
It's not gonna be like a bid threshold that you're looking at either, so.
Because the contract or the lease extends beyond a year, it has to have,
Yeah.
it's considered long-term, it has to have.
Formality.
Yes.
We've already had this in place before, it's just the lease is up for renewal. I think it's probably been 5 years since this happened, so.
I'll make a motion.
Motion, Mr. Walker,
Second.
second by Mr. Camper, 1,
Yes.
2, 3,
Yes.
4, yes, 5,
Yes.
6,
Yes.
7. Yes. All right, gentlemen, motion carried. The next board meeting, we do not have, if you all know, we don't have a December board meeting, we come up here and we have Christmas dinner, and that will be on the 14th. There'll be no deliberation, voting, discussing, nothing. Christmas dinner will be catered in here by Mr. Beecham. All right, Mr. Beecham, updates, comments?
Yes, bear in mind that our chairman used the choice of words of catered by Mr. Beecham.
Yeah, I expect you to.
Not cooked and prepared by Mr. Beecham.
Don't clear that
I won't clear that up. Mr. Wilkinson had a tradition for many years of actually cooking the food himself, and nobody around this table wants that. So tonight is a special occasion. Our board secretary, Ms. Valerie Rhodes, this is her final official board meeting. She is retiring in December, and I've worked with her now for about 9 months or so, 9.5. And Ms. Valerie, you've done a faithful job. You keep me in line. I still haven't learned everything. I might have to ask you to come back and help out the new secretary from time to time. Ms. Valerie, on behalf of the board, tonight, I just wanted to honor you with a plaque in appreciation of your years of dedicated service and contributions to the Henderson County Board of Education, November the 9th, 2023.
You gotta get a sweet.
Yeah, you gotta get.
I just do want to say thank you all for the opportunity I've had. You just have a really small part in this, and you're a great board, and a good board to work for. I heard some horror stories when I first came here, and it was assigned to this, but I didn't find it to be that way at all. Y'all have always worked together for the good of this county and the students and people in this county. And I just wish y'all well to continue this journey. And I'm looking forward to my new journey. So.
And that's just a commemorative plaque. There may
Thank
be
you.
more to follow.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Valerie. This week around the district, we've had Veterans Day programs that have been outstanding. I've not been able to attend all of them. I was at South Haven this morning for a while, and at Westover for a while this afternoon. But it's beautiful to see, and I know Beaver had one today as well, Lexington High School one tomorrow. Scotts Hill Elementary had one maybe Tuesday night, I'm not sure, but it's beautiful to see citizenship and patriotism still applauded in our district, and our teachers and staff done a fantastic job, and to hear those students singing everything from Yankee Doodle Dandy to God Bless America and reciting the Pledge of Allegiance, it warmed my heart and made me know that our teachers and our staff and our schools are doing a great job with citizenship. And I just wanted to share that with you. Thanksgiving meals have been going on all week. The office staff, a lot of us got to eat Scottsville High School's Thanksgiving meal on Wednesday, and they did a great job. I'm not going to do a school spotlight tonight on our social media, but we're through, I think, 8 of our 9 schools now. Go on there and look at the history of since we spoke the last meeting. I think Pin Oaks is up in South Havens, and Scottsville Elementaries will be next week. So maybe at our fellowship time, I can show you some of that. But middle school ball is underway. We've got games tonight. The teachers' level of effectiveness bonuses will be paid out in either January or February. That's based on their level of growth, their level of effectiveness for the previous year. The state is rolling out, Ms. Valley, I think this is right by the end of December, a new report card, the A through F. It's caused some consternation amongst the State Board of Education and others, but that is going to happen. Schools are going to be rated by the end of this year on A, B, C, D, or F. I'm thrilled with that, but that's the way our students are evaluated, so now we are too. Tommy, that's it as far as news, notes, and updates from me. Thank you.
All right, we'll get ready to open the public comment section. I'll remind everybody, the only thing to be discussed according to policy is actionable items on tonight's agenda. We'll open the floor.
I've got a question. On the budget amendment, letter D, you said it was $350 going to school maintenance. What's the remainder of that? Is that the only thing that's being amended? Because I noticed there's talk about stadium money.
I can. As finance director said, there's $2 million being transferred to finish the stadium projects across the various campuses, and the other $350 is going to our line item for maintenance capital outlay.
Now, in reference to the county commission meeting that you attended, Mr. Beecham, the $2.3 million that the county recommended using the money for maintenance, is that the $2.3 million that's being transferred here into the stadium, or $2 million of the 2.3? At the meeting, the commissioner
They recommended.
They recommended using the $2.3 million in reserves on maintenance.
I think that was a total of $3 million that Mayor McCready said that y'all need to spend that on maintenance at the schools.
And now that's going to the commission as $2 million going to the stadiums instead of maintenance of schools. That's what I'm gathering.
That was what was stated in the meeting by Mayor McCready. We didn't vote on that.
Right.
May am I connected the dots here? You want to tell us again what this budget amendment does?
Okay, so it does pull $2 million from reserves. $2 million from reserves is part of the $3 million that was originally discussed at the commission meeting. But we have come up with some other solutions for some of the maintenance repairs to the schools. And we cannot spend, it is impossible for us to spend that amount of money on maintenance repairs by June 30th. So there will be available funds in next year's budget to continue the maintenance repairs.
Okay, I do have another question in regards to that, Darren, in the same vein. Going back in last year, there was a budget amendment last fiscal year of $3 million going into capital outlays for the stadiums. This past fiscal year, the commission approved $4.5 million, which is $7.5 million. Now we're getting another $2 million, so now we're looking at the stadiums costing $9.5 million as opposed to the $8.2 million we've been hearing.
Actually, that money was put in the budget the prior 2 years. And we have put money in the budget this year. This is to finish that project. We expected to do that in the spring, but to make our stuff right, we're doing it now. In the total, I think now with all the changes that were done at Scotts Hill, it comes to 8.7.
8.6 is the,
Okay.
yeah, what I
And
saw,
that's
the
to pay all
total
that
of
off, to finish all those 4 projects.
all the stadium projects. Yeah.
Okay.
So what's the $2 million going for?
To finish the stadium projects.
I get that, but what he's meaning is, not this past budget year, but the prior one, you put in $3 million in the capital outlay, in the budget. This year you put in 4.5, right?
That's right.
So then now you're asking for $2 million more?
That's what she said.
So Megan, you want to touch on the 3 from last year?
Okay, so last year there was $3 million budgeted, but not $3 million was not spent. Only $2 million was spent. So $2 million last year, 4.5 this year, and then there was expected to be $2 million for next year. That was the plan from the get-go. So that comes out to $8.5 million.
What
So
happened?
we're going ahead and moving the $2 million that was supposed to be budgeted next year and put it in this year. So we can continue with the project so I can pull purchase orders legally.
What happened to the money that from the $3 million that you said only $2 million of it was spent? What happened to the extra $1 million? Where did that go?
It
We
went
had
into
maintenance
reserves?
repairs,
Yeah.
it went back into reserves, it went,
Was there a transfer done through the commission for that, go from one account to another?
if it just went back into reserves, it would have automatically went back into reserves at the year end when we closed the books. There would be no budget amendment.
Megan, what about the $3 million that Mayor McCready said to be used in the last meeting? He said y'all have $3 million and use that for school maintenance. That's what I heard. Maybe I didn't hear correctly.
So that's what I thought I answered a minute ago, but I'll clarify again. So that is this 2 million is part of the 3 million.
Okay.
That was originally set that he mentioned. But
So
that's what's available currently. We cannot spend $3 million worth of maintenance repairs between now and June 30th. So there will be additional funds available next year. We're still continuing maintenance repairs as is.
And
There's plenty to go right
we
now.
will discuss that at the meeting.
I'd like to be recognized asking a question. Megan and Danny, y'all were both at the county commissioners meeting. While you were standing there and you were being questioned by several county commissioners about this specific money and you were asking for more money and they said spend that $3 million, neither one of you made acknowledgement that that money was already spent for the football stadium. You both sat there silently and said that, we could do that, whatever, nodded heads back and forth, nothing was said during that whole meeting. So we were all under the impression, everybody in that meeting was under the impression because you were pretty much told by the county commissioners what they felt about it. And then reaffirmed by the mayor that that money was to be spent for maintenance because you were asking yet additional money already for maintenance. And he said, why are you not already spending that money if it is sitting there? And neither one of you said anything. And I want to know, did you already know, was it spent while you were sitting there? Could you have said something then? We had that discussion during that meeting. Why was there delay and why is this occurring now at this meeting when it could have occurred at the other meeting? And I have no problem spending that much money before June. I can do it for you. Let me do it. I promise you it can be done.
You may speak to that. No, I did not know at that point that there was a need for us to transfer from reserves $2 million in this budget cycle to complete the stadium projects. We asked for a rural school bond to spend over the span of allocate out for over a span of 3 years. As Megan has said, we can do the maintenance repairs that we need to do between now and the end of June with present monies and this $350,000 that's going to be transferred. Freeing up monies next year, we were going to have to ask for $2 million next year to finish the stadium project. Because that monies will now be freed up. And I think we found a way not to have to, hopefully, pursue a rural school bond. But Megan, did I say that accurately?
Yes, it's correct. We, after a lot of this came after consultation with CPAS to make sure that we had it right to begin with. So a lot of this started because we didn't budget it all in the very, very beginning. If it had all been budgeted at that time and then rolled over from year to year, that would have been the proper way to have done it. But I'm trying to correct what was done then. So, that's fine.
And you feel like the action we took tonight is appropriate and that is what you feel like we should do, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question. So if we asked for $6 million and it was to be spent over 3 years, that's $2 million a year. So why are we not gonna go ahead and spend that $2 million for the maintenance of the schools? And I'm asking for my Westover and my South Haven schools. That is my district. That is what I'm worried about. I don't understand how we wanted 6. So that would be $2 million a year that would be spent on the rural schools. But now we're only gonna get the $2 million, over $2 million, to do what we need to do at the high school. Is that because we decided to sign contracts prior to the allocation of all the money in order to finish? Because I was told that all the money, it was a done deal, all the money had already been allocated for it. And I was told that earlier. Is that why? Because we have contracts out that now we have to go ahead and and go ahead and pay them. So it kinda left us in a position where, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna get sued to pay it? I guess I'm looking at it like, we're kinda left as commissioners, what are we left to do? It looks like we didn't wanna fix our schools in the rural school area,
Exactly.
and it put the ball in our court instead of doing it the other way. Once contracts were already signed, it's kinda hard to pull back, although it does say if they weren't signed correctly that we're not held liable for it, but
Are they asking you now to approve these contracts? Cause does the county have to? I mean, after the fact, do y'all have to approve these contracts?
that's not my
It's
question.
not on the county. That doesn't fall on the county commission.
I just don't understand how we spend $2 million every year, but now we're not gonna spend $2 million on our little schools, but we're gonna spend over that for our.
I've got one more question too. Have all the contracts been signed prior to this meeting? I mean, at this point, have all contracts signed, Megan?
Not by me.
Okay,
And they have to be signed by you.
They have to be signed by me to be.
okay.
But the project is in motion. There was just a lot of things that happened, miscommunication, prior administration, whoever you want to say. There was a disjointed effort here. I wasn't aware of the entire picture of the project. I became aware of it. I'm coming up with a solution. This is the solution.
Okay.
We are looking to follow the guidance of CTAS and our finance director going forward. Tanya, I will say about putting money into the schools, we have been doing that for the last, 10 to 12 months, exceeding last year's budget significantly. That was budgeted for capital outlays and maintenance, and we're doing that again this year as well. The Westover roof is almost to the bidding process. Architects looking at it at this point, from what I understand. Mr. Blair may be able to give some context to that, but an architectural firm is looking at it right now. That's going to go forward. We do think we found a workaround with the Bargaton lagoon system without completely having to replace that. And there are other maintenance issues that we can resolve right now. The $2 million that we were going to ask for from next year's budget to finish the stadium projects at Scottsdale and Lexington High School, by following Megan's guidance and CTAS's guidance, we're not going to have to do that. And we can easily spend, as Ms. Tracy said, $2 million pretty quick. A lot of the things that we wanted in that $6 million originally included security upgrades, lighting, parking, a number of issues that weren't necessarily having to be done at the moment to keep our schools operational, but they certainly need to be done long term. So some of those things we will not be able to do right away without the little school bond, but we'll be able to maintain our schools.
I know we talked about the lagoons, so as I was looking through the audit, on page 54, it talked about a loan through the state for little over $1.8 million for wastewater for 4 county elementary schools. I was wondering if we spent money, have we spent that money, or is that money that we plan on spending on the lagoons, or? I know that was part of the $6 million we were talking about before, and when I saw that, I just wanted to see, did we get a grant that's gonna help, or a loan that's gonna help pay for that, or?
You're talking about the 195-page audit, the full county audit. Megan, can you speak to that?
I believe that was a past grant that was received, and they did work for the elementary schools. I think it was Westover, South Haven, Chinook, and Scottsdale Elementary. Is that right? I think it was those 4. And I think we had to pay back a loan on that. Yeah, we're still paying it.
I've got one more statement to make. Megan was being nice when she said there was a miscommunication. I wanted to say for the record, there was a lack of communication between this board and the county commission. And that needs to be stopped.
And on behalf of the teachers, I was sent here tonight to ask if they're getting Christmas bonuses. I know that wasn't on the agenda, but I'm just gonna throw it out there.
Discuss it, no, then, and you can say what you want to, the preacher.
Mr. Chairman.
They talked about
Not normal
bonuses, but they did
policy,
specifically
we're talking
say Christmas
We
bonuses.
didn't take action on it.
And they just wanted to hear them, yeah.
Well, it's up to you. Okay.
You talking about the Christmas bonus?
The teachers were wanting to know if they got their Christmas, were getting Christmas bonuses.
I think all the principals knew they had a meeting this week that there won't be one. But they got $4,000, first of the year on their salary. Did they bring that up?
From Henderson County or from the state?
From Henderson County.
From Henderson County.
The state through TISA handed down about $600,000 to go towards salary increases. We pushed $3 million, from our own funds to fund the 4,000 across the board salary increase.
And the reason they're doing all that, pushing money down, our wonderful governor wants to raise our teachers' beginning or whatever I'm trying to
Yes,
say.
entry level pay.
And we're not there yet.
Not there yet, no. We're close.
We're close.
We're closer to most districts after that sizable pay increase. Yep.
I've got one more question and I'll be quiet. Going back to, you're saying that next year you're gonna have money coming in to be able to do maintenance on the schools?
We were gonna ask for $2 million to complete stadium projects across 3.
Right, that, you were gonna ask for that next year, but you're doing it now instead. But what I was saying is, the reason you're asking for it now is you know that next year you're gonna have more money to work on the rural schools?
No, the reason we're asking for this on the stadium is actually to align with sound financial principles. Correct me? It's what the CTAS has said should have been done to begin with, instead of putting it out over 3 budget cycles. So we know we're not asking for that $2 million next year.
Okay.
Unless Bill's gonna have to pay.
Yes.
That's
No offense, Danny. I know you're kind of coming in the middle of all this here. Yeah, I'm kind of still a little bit confused, and I don't know. I'm assuming Tanya may have some confusion in there as well. I mean, it might be better to have somebody from the board, like the chairman, who's been involved in this whole football stadium from the beginning, to actually go in front of the board, as opposed to you. Like I said, there's no offense to you whatsoever. It's just he's got that knowledge from the very beginning of when this started. Then he can present it to the commission, and he'll have a timeline and knowledge that you can't answer questions. Because I noticed that the other night at the commission meeting, there was questions asked of you that you couldn't answer,
We needed somebody else
and that's understandable. I mean,
That motion will be made at our
We
next
needed
meeting.
somebody there.
I would like to see the whole board then.
And so one last question, I promise. So out of that $3 million that you they requested y'all to spend on maintenance, out of that $3 million, just help me here, is any of that going to be spent on maintenance? Any of that $3 million? Any maintenance going to be done before the end of the year or like June?
It was already 700,000.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm talking about the $3
There
million.
was already 700,000 still in the budget, plus we're allocating another 350,000, so that's 1.05 million. So, or 1,050,000, how you gonna say it? So there's 1,050,000 in this year's budget.
Okay, so it's not the $3 million that we were told would be, okay, that's all I needed, out of the $3 million, okay.
Again, it goes back to communication.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Motion, Mr. McDaniel, second by Mr. Crown, to adjourn. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign. Motion carries.